You might have imagined a place where time loops among vintage automobiles, where music's rhythms fuel every heartbeat, and the air is thick with secrets that no travel guide will ever reveal. Welcome to an island that resembles an explosive cocktail. One sip of beauty, two sips of mystery, and a pinch of chaos that leaves you craving more. Get ready. An adventure awaits in which temptation and survival dance a tango so intoxicating, you won't be able to tear your eyes from the screen. This is not the typical postcard of beaches and palm trees. It is a raw, vivid, and uncensored story that will make you question everything you thought you knew about this corner of the Caribbean. Forget Instagram filters and flawless snapshots. This island is a puzzle of contrasts that hits you the moment you step onto its streets. Imagine a place where cars straight out of the 1950s roar with engines restored more creatively than any mad inventor's contraption. This is not mere nostalgia but pure genius. When the import of new vehicles was banned in 1960, the locals did not give up. With Russian spare parts, wire, and a dash of magic, they transformed those rusty relics into symbols of resistance that collectors around the world now admire. And the music here is not just background, it is the heartbeat of this land. On every corner, street ensembles play as if the world were ending tomorrow. Salsa, son, rumba, bolero, call it what you will, but the rhythms envelop you like an endless wave. It is a language without words, a blend of joy and defiance born in hard times, a reminder that the soul refuses to bow. Close your eyes, and those notes will tell you tales of love, struggle, and boundless nights. And the food here is not simply sustenance, but a journey through time. Rice and beans cooked as if they were meant to stay together forever, or the name might sound odd, but its flavor is sublime. Crisp tostones, mashed plantains, and coffee so strong it will wake you even after 3 sleepless nights. All of this is a wild fusion of African, Spanish, and Caribbean roots, crafted from humble ingredients yet tasting like nothing else on earth. Now about the people. The locals seem to possess a superpower, resilient, inventive, and blessed with a sense of humor that can make anyone laugh. They welcome visitors with open arms, paint vivid pictures of their lives, and sparkle in the eyes as if to say, "Yes, life is hard, but we are here and we are fighting." Travelers often confess that it is not the sights but the street conversations, beginning with a coffee and ending in new friendships, that matter most. These people are the cement that keeps this island afloat. But it is not all sunshine, and here your adventure grows particularly intriguing. The economy resembles a bad joke. Everyone understands it, but nobody laughs. A basic ration of rice, beans, and a piece of chicken is all the coupon system guarantees. Everything else you must procure yourself. The black market here is not a hidden dirtiness but high art, and remittances from relatives overseas are oxygen for many families. Life here is a constant juggling act, performed with such grace that your jaw will drop. Here is a fact to blow your mind. In 1959, more than 60% of the population was illiterate. Today, that is history. Free and compulsory education has propelled this island into the ranks of the world's most literate societies. This is not merely an achievement, but a silent revolution that has reshaped countless destinies. And speaking of revolution, those classic cars I mentioned earlier are not just decor. When the embargo cut off new vehicle supplies, local mechanics became masters of repurposing, reviving those steel beasts with parts as if they were pieces from an infinite jigsaw puzzle. Do not forget the cigars, another iconic symbol. Every draw is a piece of history, hand-rolled with near-obsessive precision. If you enjoy this blend of rhythm, taste, and struggle, do me a favor. Hit the like button and join the club of those who experience these stories for real. I would be remiss not to mention sports. Here, it is not only dance and cuisine, but baseball, the uncrowned king. This sport arrived in 1860 with students and sailors, and has since lodged itself in locals' hearts like a home run in the 9th inning. Although international leagues beckoned, political barriers kept them home, yet talent always finds its way to victory. And if baseball is the king, then rum is its emperor of the night. Imagine a drink that does more than warm your throat but carries history in every drop. The Cuba cocktail, rum, cola, and a squeeze of lemon was born during the struggle for independence when foreign soldiers toasted in local bars. A major rum brand, founded in 1862, was forced into exile after the 1959 revolution, yet rum remained. And today it is as inseparable from this island as the sun that scorches your skin. Accommodations here are not like glamorous hotels. They are scarce and seemingly frozen in time, so many travelers choose private homes. Staying with ordinary families, you are treated to homemade breakfasts and heartfelt conversation, far more valuable than any five-star resort. But even this is no easy matter. Money on the island is a riddle no genius solves in a minute. Until recently, two currencies circulated, one for locals and another for tourists. In 2021, the tourist peso was abolished, replaced by the MLC currency, usable only via bank cards. Without a card, you cannot enter many shops, and cash in United States dollars is rarely accepted. This financial quest forces you to plan every step. What people whisper about behind closed doors are the women and a few men who turn tourism into their arena. The term derives from meaning rider, who rides the opportunities guests bring. It began in the 1990s when the loss of the former Eastern Bloc partner sent the economy into. With a salary of $5 a month, many saw tourists as salvation. Some search for gifts and dinners in places off-limits to locals. Others take the profession seriously, risking everything. Authorities try to curb it with laws and raids, but that is like trying to block the sun with a finger. Tourists with money and curiosity keep coming. For some, it is exotic charm. For others, an uncomfortable mirror showing what happens when hunger outweighs morality. Unlike other countries, there are no official red zones or medical inspections here. Everything operates underground. Stakes are high. Legal risks, stigma, and outcomes are not always favorable. Yet there are also those who beat the odds, escaping to other nations with engagement rings on their fingers or launching businesses of their own. It is a gamble. Heads, you survive. Tails, you sink. The internet is another lifeline in this chaos. Until recently, access was only in parks and cost a fortune. Today, some have it home, but it remains a luxury. It feels as if a curious neighbor watches you, and many websites are beyond reach. But people find workarounds worthy of hackers. Another tale involves the mules, travelers who bring essential supplies like soap, clothing, and medicine. Risky yet necessary, they act as arteries nourishing the island. Survival here is true artistry, woven from tricks and services. If you thought the island had shown you everything, brace yourself. Next comes a candid look at a corner of the world where history marches alongside an uncertain future. Here, the past is not just legend, but a weight you feel in every corner, from boisterous protests to dreams carried away on makeshift boats. Everything changed in 1959 with the revolution that promised equality but delivered chains. Free education and health care. Yes, but silence often carries too high a price. Those who dare speak aloud, journalists, artists, and simply empathetic souls, often find themselves jailed or exiled. In July 2021, thousands shouted "Basta!" Yet the authorities answered with a thunderbolt of repression. Freedom here is a luxury few dare to request. The economy remains fragmented by the scarce free convertible MLC. Shops seem to mock those without cards or overseas relatives. The chasm between haves and have-nots deepens, and the black market stays the anonymous hero filling plates. Yet not all is bleak. People continue to find sparks of joy, trading services like cards in a game. Migration delivers another blow. Thousands embark on dangerous sea voyages or jungle treks seeking a better fate. This is no adventure but despair. Each boat carries a piece of this island away, while those who remain gaze at the horizon in hope. But resourcefulness does not die. They mend the impossible, share their last bread, and wield smiles as shields. The future remains compelling. Although the internet is costly and monitored, it cracks the walls. Social networks are megaphones beyond censorship, and that may change the rules. Tourism remains a golden vein but needs reform so its wealth is shared, not hoarded. Between resistance and promises, this island lives with indomitable energy. And thus concludes this unfiltered journey through a land of beauty, struggle, and contradictions.